Hey guys, Dantix here, back with another Starfield video. Today showing off the absolute best places to purchase Starship parts. The ultimate part vendors are located around the universe. These vendors focus on a single manufacturer and in turn have high-end parts for your ships. I've found them all and you can do the same by following the timestamps below or stick around while I run through them all. So some housekeeping. First, the exact parts you get are based on your level. The higher the level, the more you have access to. This is especially true for reactors, engines, grav drives, shields, and weapons. Everything else though differs by the parts manufacturer, with the best manufacturer parts like their top-end cockpit bridges locked to their special dealers. So like a junkie with not quite the right fix, you'll be searching the universe for dealers. So if you want to win yourself a Constellation edition of Starfield, stay tuned until the end to find out how, and sub if you're keen on the best Starfield videos around. First up is Taiyo Astroneering. Easy enough, you need to find your way to the City of Neon. It's in the Voli system on the planet Voli Alpha. Once you arrive in the city, hang a right and walk straight until you get to Ryujin Industries. Bank right and head up the elevator to Taiyo Astroneering. You'll arrive at their Starship showroom. Just walk around the corner to Veronica, who will oversell you on Taiyo's excellence. Their parts have a very distinct style to them. You might think there would be some Japanese inspiration here, considering their cockpits are named Samurai and Daimyo. I don't see it though. The cockpits themselves don't really stand out from each other, with different versions all looking the same externally. Sad because you have to specifically come here to get access to the high-end Taiyo bridges. They have clean designs, especially their gears, their halves, and their structure modules. Smooth and modern. Their 2x1 passenger halves have more stations in them as well, so experiment and see what you like. Overall, Taiyo is white bread, good, reliable, but boring to some. The only recommendation I can make is to check out their spines in the structural tab. They look odd alone, but can add some flair to your designs. Speaking of spines, Hopetech is next. Make your way to the Valo system, which is right over the Naron system. So if you don't see Valo, check Naron and it'll be there as a drop down. Then head to Hopetown, which is on Planet Povlo. Once there, speak to the ship tech right where you land, or you could head inside, but this is closer. Hopetech parts have a real industrial feel to them, like you want to be hauling goods in a big convoy. Though you shouldn't be pigeonholing them as such. You'll notice within the HAB section, we have spines. These spines can be traveled through, so you can connect HABs together with pathways, adding a new dimension to ships that you can't get with other manufacturers. Just like Taiyo though, the expensive bridge module doesn't look too much different from the standard cockpit, though their Overseer class bridges function quite differently. They can be placed on top of nodes instead of just connecting at the back, making for decent looking bridges that can be placed on the back of a long dreadnought type vessel. Hopetech feels functional. Oh, Stroud Eklund, we know you all too well from Malta. I want to love you, but I expected too much from a company that was touted as having next level tech. Well, let's get into it. You'll need to find their star yard, which is located in the Naron system next to the clinic. When you arrive, you'll need to dock. Then we find Havishore. He can be at the desk at the front or around the corner. He'll sell you Stroud parts. Now, their cockpits differ from each other. The ship I'm using has a Stroud bridge purely for the design aspect. I like having the bridge on top, though technically for it to be a bridge you'll need to command the ship from the back, not pilot it directly. But anyway, the point being, you need to experiment with their cockpits to get the right fit. Their landing gears seem to hide well under ships as well, and they have some nice structural parts. Stroud is a more modern look than the rest. If you want parts that blend well in together, that's what I feel Stroud is best at. Now we arrive at the Sol system in the Deimos star yard, which is orbiting the moon of Mars. Deimos has a military contract with the UC and supply most of their combat vessels. So as you'd expect, they're all about that modern military look. Reliable and function over form, though aesthetically I really like their stuff. Their landing bay is sleek and long, the Ares bridge is sexy and has a lot of hard points. And by the way, you can only get that model in this shipyard. What a huge cockpit. They also have some nice structures that make the ships look a little more sci-fi, modern, and Earth-like, where Nova Galactic is more Earth-like but less futuristic. Overall, a great manufacturer, and it's good seeing Maori represented in the game. Since we're in the Sol system, might as well head to the moon of Saturn, Titan. Here we find New Homestead and the prime place for Nova Galactic parts. All you need to do is head to the ship technician right where you land. Nova Galactic, like mentioned, has that NASA Earth-like feel. Their lander pushes you to the top instead of straight ahead when you enter, saving you space, but it does require ladders. What's best though is that my absolute favorite cockpit is Nova Galactic and only found at this dealer. These particular bridges. They're monsters. They give you the best field of vision in my opinion when you're piloting, and it has 2 levels and 3 nodes on each point, letting you build some thick ships that don't require ladders. I wish there were more parts like this that utilize stairs. Nova Galactic also has some great all-purpose structure modules, especially with their cowling, which gives the best wing look in my opinion out of any part. Definitely visit Nova Galactic when doing the rounds. Now, honorable mentions are the places you can get shielded cargo and scan jammers, letting you smuggle contraband into systems that scan you upon entry. With a shielded cargo bay, you can place your contraband inside. Make sure you place it in your ship's cargo, I can't stress this enough, because if it's on your person, the bay won't work, and once it's there, there's a chance it won't be detected. The scan jammers increase that chance. You can find these modules on the Key, which is the Crimson Fleet Star Yard in the Crick system, though you need to have been introduced to them via the UC Vanguard missions. Once there, just head on into the main yard and talk to Jazz on your left. Alternatively, you can visit the Red Mile, which is in the Porimar system on the planet Porimar 3. Enter the building by listing lazily to the right. Inside, head right at the ship services desk and talk to Lon. Both these dealers will have a selection of parts from multiple dealers, but none of the expensive bridges. They also sell more pirated focused ships if you're at all interested. Finally, the best place to build your ship, well, at least a skeleton, is at your outpost. Check out my outpost building guide for more information, but if you build a landing pad with a ship builder, you can modify your ship from there. It has all the dealer parts minus the top end bridges and some choice parts. My advice is to build out this outpost module, build your dream ship, then visit these special dealers to see if any of their top end stuff will finish your dream off. So that's all the best locations and parts from each manufacturer that we know of. What do you think? Any dealers stand out? Let me know below. For that chance to win the Constellation Edition, all you have to do is join my Discord and drop an emoji on my announcements. I will announce the winner there. So thank you for watching. Ciao friend.